Well, I am back at the marina, back on the boat. This is kind of what owning a boat is like. You're always fixing something. Today, this guy. My Rhodan trolling motor kind of took a crap on me a couple of trips back. Apparently, it's the motherboard or the control board within this guy. So I'm here today to try to fix this and hopefully get it running. And this is the MCB, the motherboard, the control board. $350 going in this guy right here, the head. So let me show you guys how to switch out the motherboard. Basically, for the Rhodan, motherboard's in the head unit right here. Start out by removing these 4 screws way in the bottom, and then it exposes this guy where it looks like you got 2 screws, and then you got just a cable here to kind of loosen up. It's kind of weird, like you can see like some of these weird bubbles or dots or something. I don't know what it is, but apparently this guy is the guy that is blown out on me. I don't know what happened. Everything was, used as normal, but the behavior I was getting was trolling motor was turning on, all 3 green lights up front, GPS is good, remote was connecting, but the motor wasn't turning on or not doing anything. So with all those symptoms, apparently it's this guy on the control board. So $350 later, I got a new control board. We're gonna swap it out and hope that it resolves it. Here they are. The right is the old one, the left is the new one. So I'm gonna swap it out and let's pray for good luck. Well, changed the MCB of the trolling motor, but it didn't work. So got the trolling motor here at home now, and I'm opening her up. There was some pinched wires, basically these that kind of went from whatever this is to the control box. All these wires was kind of pinched, so that's just the next thing to take a look at. So I just basically cut these wires. I'm gonna connect them back together, probably extend it a little bit longer so that I can run it to the side so that it's not getting pinched right down here and all that. So that's the next thing to try, and hopefully it works. It's basically trying to find GPS. Got 2 green lights. That guy should be green once it gets GPS. But remote control works. As you can see, when I press it, this light flashes, but nothing happens. Left and right does not turn the motor. Motor does not do anything at all. I had some pinched wires from the steering box, so I'm temporarily splicing these 2 new wires. So these should be newly spliced, and just have it sitting like this temporarily and testing things out. But even with that, those pinch wires sort of spliced and stuff, still not getting anything. You can see the pinched wires here. See that? But still no dice. Means that it was probably not the MCB. Might be the steering box, which is a bummer. Another thing to replace, I guess. So finally got the steering box opened up, and what I found was this motor was just kind of sitting by itself. It was all kind of spun up, wrapped up, kinked up all the wires. And looking at that plate, looks like the motor should have been mounted on those 4 pins or something. So it seems like it probably broke off because it was just literally sitting around here. which means that when it turns on to try steer, the motor just turns, which kind of just spins the whole thing because it's no longer mounted on that plate and stable. So kind of wrapped it up, all this up, kinked it all up. There's a blue wire that is not connected. I don't know if it's for anything, but there's a blue wire under there, in there somewhere, right there. It wasn't connected to anything, so I don't know if it is something, but it kind of messed up all this stuff up. So hopefully this is the problem of the steering motor. You kind of see it rips that up. Yep, this red wire is pretty much all done for. But the main thing is this guy. Seems like these should have been screwed or bolted into the bottom of this guy, which looks like they all broke off. Here's one, there's another one, another one right there. And you can see that there's all these scratches that this guy was spinning around. The gear looks nice and clean, but I'm going to take off this plate and see what we could do. Well, there she is. Got out the plate, the gear or spindle, whatever you call it. It's looking pretty good. No problems with the gear down there. It looks pretty good, no issues. But the problem is right here. All these guys broke. This guy connected a plate to the motor so that the motor doesn't fly around everywhere. But it looks like they broke off the motor, all four. Pretty much, you can see. Fun, and because all that broke off, it basically spun all the wires around and ripped off that red wire. So that is pretty much a clean break off. This black one's pretty bad too. But hopefully the motor is still good. Opened up the motor. This guy. This is what it looks like. Gears. So we got the motor apart. Basically, this guy was the bottom of the motor where all the 4 bolts kind of broke off. There's just like 4 Allen wrenches or Allen screws that you take off, and then this thing just kind of pops off the top of the motor. So it looks like what I got to do is drill these broken screws out and either retap and get some new screws or something like that. But I did test the motor on a 12-volt battery and it still spun fine. So it seems like the motor is still good. Just gotta tap out these broken bolts or broken screws, and hopefully that I can just put it together and get everything working again. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on next. Probably, gotta figure out how to drill all these stuff out. So I'm going to end this video and then I'll follow up on the progress on once I kind of get things drilled up and put back together. So thanks for watching. Basically, this is the stuff that you go through if you own a boat. Yeah. Peace out. Like and subscribe.